Okay, so welcome to our podcast. Our special guest is Renlay Renee. How have you been doing today?
Hello, hello. I'm good. I had a wonderful day. Got up, ate some snacks, drank water. The usual. Got
Yeah.
ready for the day.
So our
hmm
podcast is going to be discussing about this job of yours, streaming. So can you
hmm
give like a short summary of what you actually do?
So basically, what I do is I'm a VTuber, which is basically a virtual YouTuber. I use a virtual avatar, which is usually like a character that you play. And I stream like variety games. Sometimes you can pick like a game that you continuously stream. And I also do art. That's pretty much
Yeah.
it.
Have you ever
hmm
actually tried anything else other than streaming?
At one point, about 4 years ago, I did want to try and work for Riot Games and or Blizzard.
Damn. How did that
hmm
go?
Um, I at the time, obviously, I didn't have enough experience as I do now, which is way better than I would have 4 years ago, which
Hmm.
is understandable. But at the same time, even though I was considering like trying to work for them, it just wasn't the best option. I'm more of a
Yeah.
stay at home, working in my own like space kind of person. So that's why I decided to take up freelance instead.
Okay. So let's jump into your streaming content. First off,
hmm
do you actually have a streaming schedule, or is that like just
I actually
sporadic?
do not have one yet. I used to have one. It was Mondays and Tuesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, and
Hmm.
Saturdays, and then I'd have the rest whichever days off. But that got too repetitive for me.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of times I had difficulty like being on time because like those days just weren't working for me because I would either be up till like 5 in the morning and I wouldn't be able to wake up in time for streaming the next day or I would delay it. So I decided no schedule. I'm just gonna stream on weekdays. Probably in the process of making a new one. Pretty much that's it for the current time being.
Then, you know, what do you do outside of like streaming or even playing streaming content?
Outside of streaming and doing stuff for streaming, I just like to practice on my art. Um,
Yeah.
I have lately been working on 3D modeling.
Hmm.
Been dabbling into that a little bit so I can make my own models and whatnot and sell them off possibly. Um, a lot of what I do when I'm not streaming is just either art related or I'm off playing games to let loose all the stress.
Okay, I see. Then I see that like you art has been like a focal point of your stream and your
hmm
your work.
hmm
How how did you come to like this decision to pursue art?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say at first when I was in high school, my senior year, I had difficulty actually deciding, okay, what do I want to do and who I want to be.
That's
And
totally
at one
relatable.
point, say again?
That's totally relatable, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. And my mom almost influenced me into just joining the Navy since I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was working toward that. I like took the ASVAB, I read books and studied and whatnot, but I found out that like it just wasn't going to work out for me because the only thing I could have been doing is photography, really, like the closest
Uh-huh.
thing I wanted to do. So down the line, I was like, you know what? I just want a job doing something that I love doing. And it was between three things:
Hmm.
doing art, starting a bakery because I love to bake,
Hmm.
or just taking care of animals.
Oh.
And I ended up just doing what I decided I could do best, which was art.
Then what made you want to be a streamer then?
I think At some point, I was watching a League streamer. I was getting into League at the time, and I found out that Justin.tv was a thing, and then which then turned into Twitch, and that's when I started watching.
Oh.
Um, I was watching this one streamer, and he specifically encouraged me that it was okay to stream because I used to stream without talking ever. I didn't talk, and that was back when I was streaming League all the time, and I was not really focusing on art because I was pretty much addicted to League at the time.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then after a while, I decided, you know what, I need to focus on my art more, and that's when I decided to pursue just like my dream of being a really good artist. Just recently, actually, like this year, around around the end of the year last year, I decided,
Yeah.
okay, I'm setting up everything to become like I'm gonna since I don't have camera, why not just use like a little avatar that moves? And that's how I started off with like
Yeah.
being a VTuber and all. And that
So
escalated to that, just me drawing.
so you started streaming as like just someone playing League without even
Mm-hmm.
talking.
Yeah.
Wow. And it was
Yeah.
another streamer that encouraged you into talking?
They actually they didn't talk either.
Wow.
But like during the time, the only reason I was encouraged to talk more was because I had like met friends and they encouraged me and they kept telling me that like things that like helped build me my confidence that I have now.
That's really nice.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Like before then, I used to say like one-liners. Like I'd say like one thing at a time, or I'd be really quiet, or I'd whisper a lot, and it got really annoying up to a point. And I was just like, you know what? People like my voice. They like my voice. If they don't, they don't. That's fine.
I'm glad that you did find your confidence though, because like look at you now. You're actually like I mean I'm definitely enjoying your
Thank
streams.
you. Thank you. I'm glad you do. Like honestly, I was a little surprised. I was like I get like fans and stuff. Like those kind of things I never thought I'd ever have. It's something completely new to me. Like super new. Like it
You
makes
know.
me extremely happy to know that people out there actually are interested in what I do and like me as a person.
Then in that note, can you talk about your community a little bit, man?
Oh, well, it did start off really rocky. Um, since I was more of a League player than anything,
Yep.
um, a lot of the community was pretty toxic at first. I say a lot, but the only thing that made it toxic was the people who were talking the most, which was like 4 people, and
Mm-hmm.
they represented my quote unquote community. Um, Later down the line, I started realizing this isn't okay because it's like it kept throwing people off and pushing people away who were potential viewers of mine,
Yeah.
and my more toxic viewers would just push them out, and I'd be very uncomfortable with it. But they would be like, "Oh, they'd give really weird, dense um, responses as to why they think it's okay." So
Uh-huh.
I started doubling down. I renewed the whole Discord. I rehauled it, made it like something on my own, made the new rules. I told them if they don't stop, they get out. And that refreshed my community really nicely. People
Mm.
started joining in. I started building a better community. Everyone's super sweet, super nice. There's jokes here and there. I love it. It's really nice. Along down the line, I started growing and people started noticing me up on the ladder. It just gets higher and higher, and it just makes me extremely happy to have the community that I have now, because without them, I would not be here.
Yeah.
So I'm really thankful to them.
I
Which is
would
one of the
agree
reasons
too.
why I give them free art, but let's not talk about that.
Of course. You shouldn't talk about it because you probably get more viewers after this. Okay.
Lovely, lovely.
other than the community, what do you think is the other like best benefit that comes with streaming? Because I know like having
Ooh.
a great community is actually like really like encourages you. It makes you feel like really great. Like it just does a lot for you. So what's the other
Um,
thing?
so besides like, so basically, a lot of people sometimes think, oh, you press the streaming button, you're live, you're gonna, blow up and all this other stuff, get to like a higher level and all that stuff. But realistically, it takes years and it takes like you got not only do you have to build your community, but you also have to work to
Yeah.
build that community. So what I had been doing was basically just interacting with like really nice people. And one thing I learned was don't interact with the people who you don't want representing your community or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because it'll encourage them to keep up that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're doing basically is talking about the more positive stuff and getting like the people you're talking to also join in on that conversation. So
Mm.
communication is very important. Not only that, but it also depends on what you're doing as a streamer. Like a lot of the time, if you're streaming really popular games that like thousands of other people are streaming, a lot of the time you aren't gonna get any kind of like anyone looking, because there's already thousands of people to look at. So
Yeah.
streaming like the more rare games, like I had at one point streamed Okami, and I got a viewer or two from that. Um, Admittingly, I did build my community off of League, the OG, I call them the
Yeah.
OG people in my community. They know me from League of Legends, and
Well, I knew from League
um,
of Legends, honestly.
yeah, and and really, what I was doing to help build that part of my community was just constantly linking my stream and the chat. And at one point, I linked it through like a Reddit or something. There's like a private Riot chat that I would link it in sometimes.
Well,
Uh,
having
I
connections.
actually, yeah, connection after connection, and eventually it led up to the streamer that I was talking about earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
his name is Hi, I'm Gosu.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yes,
Really? No
hmm
way. That's insane.
yes, they encouraged me to start streaming.
Wow. That's
They did
nuts.
not talk at all. Yeah, it's like I got to know their community when I was in high school, and
Hmm.
along that time, I had made friends with like some of the mods, some of the more frequent people in their community. And even though like that part of the community died down and he got way more bigger than he is
Yeah.
or than he was, um, we stuck together for a little bit. One of his mods that used to be his mods ended up hosting me through Good Guy Gary's stream, which that ended up blowing up my stream as well. And it's just a lot of it is luck, friendship, like building friendships and like communicating with people and networking. That's pretty much the gist of it. But I would say more than 50% of growing as a streamer is definitely luck. Like all of the stuff that I have right now,
Yeah.
pretty much purely coincidence. Um, like a
Okay.
couple of days ago, I met another streamer through another streamer that I know, and now I'm friends with this streamer.
Uh,
A lot of it is definitely about like what you're doing as a person, and it all depends on your personality too. Like having a good personality is good as well.
yeah,
But there's
that's
a
for
lot of
sure.
factors that play into being a streamer and all, not just the community.
Okay, so you were talking about how to grow your community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we actually kind of went off topic. The
My bad, my
actual,
bad.
the actual question was, what was like the best benefit that comes with streaming?
Oh yeah. Best benefit, definitely making friends.
Okay, well that
For
goes
me,
hand in
it's
hand, I
it's
guess.
definitely. Yeah, pretty much. Like
Well,
you make new friends that you've never had before.
then on the other side of the coin, do you think there's any like shortcomings to streaming?
Whew, work. Like when you're streaming, it's essentially like when you're streaming and it's not a hobby. Like you're streaming like
Yeah,
once a month. When you stream like almost every single day, it becomes an actual job that you have to pay attention to and record like your analytics and standings and making sure that they're at a decent pace. So whatever you're doing right, keep doing it. Whatever you're doing wrong, try and stop doing that.
I guess so. So your answer is anything that's bad about work is bad about streaming?
Well, I would say, let's put it this way. If someone decided that they wanted to start streaming as a job, they can't just do that.
Mm,
Especially if they look at it in a way as, oh, it's only for money. This job
yeah,
is different. This
yeah,
job isn't just a job. It's like you're not just only trying to get money from this job. That's
that's
with every other
true.
job, like like fast food or something like that. You just have a job to get money and keep living and stuff like that. But with this job, streaming, you're building something, and that helps you get that money for that job.
So you think that like streaming is more of a passion first than job?
Mhm. Definitely.
That's respectable, 100%.
Mhm. It's
I
just
like how
like if
you
you see it any other way, I don't know.
I like how you turn the question into like some negative into something really positive. Honestly, that was
Oh,
very nice.
thank you. I don't know. I just like I don't know. I try and see the positivity of everything. That's just who I am.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Like, I guess this part will be a little bit more boring than before. How do you actually make money from streaming?
So basically, one of the things that I encourage my community, like not really encourage, but it's just there. But I basically have like when you stream, there's like overlays and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
You can set goals. You can set like multiple goals. Like, okay, so if we reach this certain amount of channel points in the stream, we'll be able to have this and this for the community. Most of the time, those rewards that the community is able to get is what the community wants. So, for
Mm,
example, at some point, my community wanted a certain emote or drawing done that
yep.
they can use throughout, their streaming channels. And I was like, you know what? Okay, if you guys can hit this goal, I'll make it for you, and we'll have it. And they hit it within a day. It was beautiful, and I ended up making it for them. They love the emote, done and done. And another example would be, you also set
Wait.
another
Hold on.
goal. For,
Can you like explain the goals a little bit?
um,
What type of goals are there?
the type of goals would be either it's a community goal, it's a payment goal, like you're trying to get better equipment for the
Hmm.
stream so you can get like better quality for the
Yeah.
community that they can watch through. Another goal would be like sometimes it's like joke goals, uh like a lot of goals deal with subathons, which is basically the more money you give me, the more like we'll be able to do like this down a list.
Yeah.
So like a goal that you could set, for example, would be like the highest goal is something. The highest goal would be something that you don't want to do, but they'll have to pay to get there. So for example, my highest goal would probably be like playing a scary game in VR. They
Oh
would
yeah.
hear they would absolutely enjoy that, which
Yeah.
is exactly why I would set that high goal. If they hit it, boom, they get the reward of hearing me scream in a horror game. Easy. So
I see.
it's like you're not forcing them or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
to like pay, but it's there. And if they get that, they get it.
It's like donating to like a TV show, really. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
other than like donation from viewers and from viewers, like, is there anywhere where else you will like make money?
You can also make money from sponsorships. Like
Right.
basically people like companies will give you money to do this and this on your stream to advertise this to multiple people so they don't have to.
Yeah.
Um
Have you
I
found
have
one?
yet to get a sponsorship yet.
You'll get there. You'll
It'll
get there.
like yeah, I feel like I will get there someday, like even if it's small. But to be completely honest, I don't really care much for sponsorships because it's like I don't want to be that person that is called like a sellout or anything like that.
That's
Like
totally
I want
fine.
to yeah, I want to like naturally build this, and if I do see a sponsorship that is given to me and it's like from a company that I genuinely like,
Hmm.
definitely I will sell out so hard to my community. Like, buy this. This is super good. I love this so much. Like, if there was a sponsorship for my favorite seafood brand, boom, it'd be all over the screen. Shrimp, lobster, coconut shrimp, like any of that. I'd absolutely love it.
Well,
Um,
I would believe that will be a really big day for you to get your first sponsor,
mhm.
like as like more like a status thing, not just for like because of like, oh, I like extra money,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. So that same thing goes for like charity streams too.
yeah.
It's like you like the stream the community is paying you to give that money to a place that needs help. Basically, that's basically what a charity stream is. And
Mm,
not only does that give you like it it basically says, hey, this person's really nice. You should come watch them. Like regardless of
hmm.
what you're doing, you're still giving money
Yeah,
to those people. And it feels really nice too. Not just for like the recognition or anything like that, but you're actually helping other people, not just
yeah.
yourself. So
Well, I actually find that really interesting because, you know, like streaming as a honestly as like a job really is like could
mhm.
directly help charities and stuff. That's which I find like that's
Yeah,
really cool. It's, like
yeah, it's
you
super
probably wouldn't
sweet.
find like a random like office job. But I was like, hey, put some pennies here. We could donate to some random charity, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
It actually like puts a lot of
Ever
like personality in your streams, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. One day when I do like not like have a whole bunch on my plate, I do want to do some like actual stuff with my community. So
That's
all I've
great.
been able to do lately is just stream what I'm drawing. That's it. I feel like I'm not really doing anything for them, but I will get
Oh,
to that point.
content is content. Um,
True.
oh, one more thing actually. There's
hmm
ads on Twitch. Do you get any revenue from that? No, right?
Um, I actually do.
Oh, okay.
Uh, actually, let me double check something really quick.
Is that like
Ah, here we
a
go.
significant amount or just
So during my last, so basically during this whole entire month and last month,
hmm.
actually for straight 30 for the past 30 days, I have gotten $2 from ads.
So I'll say that's a not a significant count. Jesus.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, cool, I can buy like a piece of candy, but it's not like I run ads anyways.
Yeah.
All of the ad revenue that I got from the past 30 days is just from people entering the streams,
Yeah, yeah.
and sometimes you automatically get an ad.
So
I
like
don't remember running ads on my stream.
like as a streamer personally, you could just make the decision to put in more ads.
hmm Like if
How?
you ever go on like a 5 minute break, maybe,
Yeah.
and you just run ads.
Oh, okay.
It's not like anyone's watching anything, anyways.
So the more ads, the more ad revenue. Is that how that works?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think it goes by like how many people watch those ads. Like the more people that watch the ads, the more
Yeah,
that you get.
that's like how all ads work, honestly.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's start wrapping up. Actually, it's been quite a while.
Go ahead, go
What
ahead.
do you have planned for the future? Like, it could be next week or the next
Oh
5 years.
boy. Plans for the future.
Yeah.
So, my goals, I would say, for next year, I'm definitely thinking about starting a store or like opening a store. I mean,
Yeah, online store.
um, I want to be able to like sell stickers that my community can use and put on like their objects and stuff like that. Maybe like acrylic stands of all of my characters that I have,
Ooh,
because I
nice.
have a broad amount of characters that I can just slap on to merchandise. And if my community likes that certain character, boom, just buy it.
So, and
um,
that's another way to make money. Forgot about that
yes,
merch.
definitely, yes, merchandise. Um, honestly, a lot of what I'm thinking about right now is just deals with the store.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is, um, I want to start streaming on an actual PC. Fun fact:
Right.
I'm streaming on a laptop,
Yeah.
and it's here and there. It has its pros and cons, basically. Cons being there's a lot of usage going on, and I can't quite run what I want to at the perfect quality that I would be able to when I get a computer.
Yeah. Personally,
Um,
I would not recommend using laptop for anything that's too big.
yeah, I'm basically risking the edge here. Um, I am definitely not allowed to stream anything that is also really heavy in VR, like virtual reality or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. It'll eat up my computer.
Yeah.
And though I do have like 3 cooling fans, it still does not help.
Mm.
Um, so that's another thing. I wanna be able to get another or get a PC finally.
Yep.
It'll be actually my first PC ever.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I've used laptops my whole life. Um, and another goal would be, uh, actually can't really think of another goal currently because I don't wanna have too many goals for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like my thing about having goals or like plans is don't have a plan. Instead have goals. And that way you're still working toward those goals and making progress rather than making a schedule and all this other stuff for your plan,
So you could be
which will,
flexible.
yeah, exactly. Because when you're
Okay.
making a plan, it's just like, okay, so this is gonna happen, you know? But when you're
Yeah.
making a goal, it's like, okay, you're working up to that, and you have progress made still, and none of that progress is uh, forfeited when because it's just a goal. But when it's a plan, you forfeit all that progress toward that plan, and the plan is just that the goal of the plan is done, gone. You didn't reach it.
I kind of like that idea.
There's yeah, it's like big difference, you know.
Because I think like maybe like having a strict plan might cause too
Mhm.
much stress. Maybe.
Mhm. I
Uh.
actually learned from experience on this because
Yeah.
this year the pandemic started and it ruined a whole lot of plans for me. So I was like, you know what? I'm changing up things a bit.
Yeah. Streamers actually do get it pretty hard when it comes to stress
Mhm.
because as you said, streamers get has a lot of things to consider every single
Yeah.
day.
Mhm.
Even you now, you said like you're still catching up in work, right?
I have a whole lot of stuff I work on currently, like not even just like art, but like overlays for the stream and
Yeah.
animations and planning projects. Not like a specific date for those projects, but just oh, this is what I want to do, but there's no specific time or date for it.
That's actually
Um,
good, like a good like upside to being a streamer because you could be your own boss. You could just have
exactly.
your own like due dates. Well,
Mhm.
not your own due
Mhm.
dates, but you don't feel stressed under any deadlines, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Uh, it's it's basically completely different from like actually getting a job. Like
Yeah.
whenever you're sick, no one's going to scream at you for being sick and taking the day off.
I hope you never experienced that. Is that from
Yeah,
experience?
that is definitely from experience. Like
Yikes.
when I was working a day job, I wouldn't feel too well some of the time,
Hmm.
and I actually for the 2.5 years that I worked there, I had never asked for a day off ever.
Hmm.
Um,
That's rough.
my boss, my old boss actually, would give me a week off around the holidays. So as long as I came back during like, that same week, because I was states and states away from home.
Hmm.
So I'd have to fly out, fly back in, be ready for my job by next day, basically.
Hmm.
But my new boss wasn't having it. I'd have to ask for days off to get those days off. Otherwise, he would put me on the schedule for a holiday.
Damn.
And it was pretty brutal. We also had some communication issues with like different languages and stuff like that. It's just unfortunate. I had to quit that job. It was way too stressful. Um, and
Luckily
that's when
for
I
you,
decided, you know what, streaming. That's it.
yeah,
Done.
streaming was an
um,
option for you, which is actually pretty.
mhm.
Honestly, having like a streaming as like a option is actually pretty lucky.
Yeah, like I'm actually really thankful that my family is very accepting of what I do.
Hmm.
My mom just tells me like every time I'm done streaming, I'll go to her and I just like, mom, look, I did this and this and this, and I got this, and she'd be like, oh, I'm so proud of you, and she'd look at my art and how it improves all the time, and she's just happy with what I'm doing because I'm enjoying it, I'm
That's
making money
lovely.
off of it. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's a blessing.
Okay, so actually, I might go back a little bit. I want to ask
Hmm.
you about like your journey with the art.
Oh, my journey with art.
Yeah.
Um,
When did you start? Even
I I started doing digital art when I was 12.
12.
Um, the furthest back I can remember it is I would um, play on my Nintendo DSi, and
As
there's
all
a
artists will
program.
start.
I would I downloaded this application called Flipnote Hatena, and basically on the program you can draw and make animations. It doesn't even have to be animated, but you could draw and draw and draw and make animations, stuff like that. Post it online, and people could look at it, play it. You could like do what you could color in it, do like loop animations, make stories, write all this other stuff that you could do, and it really inspired me to first to make my first comic.
Mm.
It was really scuffed because back then it was like beginning of my art.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
Look at
had fun. I made characters and all that stuff, and that's how it all started, pretty much. Um, I think eventually that did shut down. I moved on to using DeviantArt, which then I realized, oh, this isn't good either.
mm.
And as time went along, I was doing commission work. A lot of that was just like all the time. It was just me drawing my characters because no one would really commission me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did get those commissions, I would work my best. I would improve. I would study on my own, and sometimes I would use like free Skillshare codes and stuff like that.
Oh
It
yeah.
was it like it was a journey. I would use every YouTube video that I could get to get any kind of tutorial that I would typically learn in college, which is why I didn't go to college.
You
Fun
didn't go
fact,
to
by the way.
college.
Nope. Never went to college for anything that I learned.
Wow.
Everyone keeps asking me if I took any college classes or anything like that. No. All that I learned, all that I know now all on my own, self-taught.
That's
Except for,
amazing.
I like at one point I did try going to college, in California, but the tuition, whew, the one class I took for one semester, I think it was 1 or 2 semesters, was $1,000, and
Wow.
all I did that class was learn about how to use Unreal Engine. That was it. And you know what else? I'm actually straying away from Unreal Engine now. This
Mm,
year, I was working on a game at the time too,
yeah,
about two,
I
three
remember
years
that.
ago. Yeah, and I had to pause it because I had too much on my plate.
Yeah.
Decided I was gonna work on it like in my free time, which I still don't have. Gonna move on to like a different gaming engine, most likely like Unity or something like that. But anyways, yeah, I just didn't. I decided to just not go to college because it just wasn't worth it. Because the only degree I was ever going to get is an art degree. Because that's all I wanted to do is just do art.
Yeah,
But I realized you don't need a degree to be good at art.
that's totally true.
Like the degree just states, oh yeah, you can travel and do art in like different areas of the world and all this other stuff, and it's like you can have a degree in art and still be bad at art. Like even though
That's
you
true.
pass, that doesn't mean people are going to like accept your style of art, because a lot of the time there are companies that are looking into that specific style,
Yeah,
and some artists just don't have it.
yeah. Art is more based on your actual portfolio than having a degree or
Mhm.
not, which goes to
Mhm.
show like how far, honestly, the internet has went. Because if you're allowed
Because
to like self-taught teach yourself and still be like available to these opportunities, is honestly kind of insane.
yeah, it honestly is. It's like back then, if
I
I
mean,
had all the tools that I have now, I'd be way better in art than I am now.
yeah. I mean, you
There's
still
so many
put
tools.
in like so much work.
Yeah,
Might as well as being like saying like I went to college for this. So
pretty much.
that's insane.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
you started like drawing digitally since you're 12
Hmm.
and just
Oh,
naturally like went on with it
yeah,
for
pretty much.
mm,
I think 2 years after, my mom ended up giving me a Wacom tablet. It was like a non-screen one,
yeah.
but it started dying off. And around my graduation from high school,
Hmm.
as my graduation gift, she gave me a screen tablet, which is like a Cintiq 13 HD from Wacom or Wacom, whichever you want to pronounce it. I still don't know how to pronounce it.
Very expensive.
Um, very, very expensive, about
Yeah.
$1,200 worth.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and you know what? It broke.
Oh, you can't end the story like that.
Hold on. It gets worse.
Um,
I bought another one with my savings.
oh no.
That one broke too, but it was fixable. But I couldn't get the part to fix it because Wacom wasn't selling it anymore.
Damn.
So I waited. I even called them. They said that it's gonna be back in stock, but by that time they rehauled the entire store, and I
Mm,
didn't see the item ever again. So I was like, you know what? I'm moving a different company, and that's when I got a new screen tablet. And it wasn't $1,200. It was only like 450, and
that's
it's
what I
such a
thought it
good
was
screen
supposed
tablet.
to. That's what I thought it was supposed to be. I was like, I didn't know they were that expensive.
Yeah, like Wacom has expensive tablet prices.
Yeah.
But when I moved to XP Pen, it sounds like an ad, but
Sponsored, by the way.
but no, but when I bought a screen tablet that was bigger than the tablets that I had already been using. By the way, I don't understand how they do it, but it's way cheaper and almost like better than the tablet I used to use, which was $1,200.
So
So
I guess is that like your biggest setback as a
yes,
streamer? Losing
it was
how much did you
it was
lose?
about 2K worth.
Wow,
Yeah, I could have saved that for a computer.
that's like rent in a month.
Yeah, but you know what? It's it's fine because without those tablets, I wouldn't have gotten where I am now,
True.
which is fair.
It's about the journey.
I just wish I didn't use over $1,000 just to buy more tablets. That would be great. But whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much where I am now. I like every day, I will just do any kind of art, or at least try
Yeah.
to. When I'm not on break, people ask me, "Oh, what can I do to get better in art?" And I'm just like, practice. It's literally like back then when I was improving as an artist, people kept telling me, "Practice, practice, practice." And I was like, "But that doesn't tell me anything."
True.
And it doesn't, but it also does. Because it's just like, all I did to improve to get to where I am now is just look at YouTube videos, practice other art styles, get out of my comfort zone, practice what I like sucked at and got better at it with time. And it's all about patience too. Like you're not doing art just to be like, oh, I want to make money. No, you're doing art because you love doing art. The benefit of that is that you get to do what you love to do and occasionally make money on the side with commissions.
That is. Yeah, that's the honestly that's how like a lot of artists do things now. I see it a lot
Mhm.
online.
Yeah.
And
My
internet's
favorite
been
part
blessed
though
with
is world building.
true. That's actually what I think is really cool too,
Mhm.
in my
Mhm.
opinion. World building and like character detail is actually one of my favorite things to look at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really, really nice.
Okay, so
Uh,
to wrap everything up, do you have any
mhm.
last words to those younglings who might also like be thinking about streaming?
Um, if you want to stream, I would say start off doing something you love doing because, like I said, if you're streaming just to make money, build a community, and just like for like if you're doing this just to get big, don't do it.
Mm,
Don't stream.
no cloud
Stream
chasers.
as either a hobby, like every once in a while. Oh, I want to stream just so people can watch me. Yeah, cool. But if you want to stream as an actual job, start doing what you love doing the most, and people will definitely come to you.
Mm,
It takes time. It takes a lot of time. It took me years to get where I am now. I've been streaming since 2016, maybe. I think.
and
No, yeah.
you're still relatively small.
Mhm. Yeah, I wasn't even getting any
Yeah,
viewers, and
there's a
I,
steep slope.
yeah, very, very, very much so. And as time goes on, you'll figure out stuff that you want to do, not because other people are doing it or because oh I'll make money if I start doing this.
Mm,
Like you'll get to know like the stuff that you can do to make money, but not stuff that you don't want to do just to make money.
hmm.
Like you want to be able to enjoy yourself and have your viewers watch you enjoy yourself.
Mm,
That's all it takes. Like even if you think this game, like the game that you want to play, is super duper boring, there's at least one person out there who wants to watch you play that game. Trust me. Even if you think
yeah.
you're bad at art, there's always that one person. Don't be discouraged or anything like that. But if you legitimately want this as a job, do what makes you happy. That's all.
Yep. So, thank you, Renlay, for coming. That was
Mhm. Mhm.
honestly a great talk. Um,
Yeah.
could have
Think.
not have fun editing, no, but honestly, I actually had a lot of like fun. I don't even know like how long has it been? 40 minutes?
Um. About an hour actually.
That's insane.
6 more minutes till an hour.
I gotta put this into 5 minutes or something. Oh my god.